everyone. Welcome to PA Harness Week, racing's fastest paced half hour, a show all about the sport of harness racing in the great state of Pennsylvania. I'm Heather Vitale, along with my co-host, Jess Otten. And you know, Jess, it is August. It's also Happiness Happens Month. And there's not really anything that makes me happier than watching great racing and talking about this sport.
I have to agree with you, and I also love and am happy to be joined by you for this next half hour, and you guys as well.
Well, we have got so much going on today, and we're going to check out the headlines. On today's show, we'll take a look at the recently raced historic Adios Stakes and chat with Hall of Fame driver Tim Tetrick about the upset win. Plus, what does it take to be a successful harness racing driver? We'll talk to several reinsmen who put their life on the line with every drive. And in the OMG category, we tell you the story of rare twin standardbreds. You won't want to miss that. Plus, some incredible action from the Downs at Mohegan Sun Pocono and Harrah's Philadelphia. These stories and more on racing's fastest paced half hour, PA Harness Week. Our race of the week from Harrah's Philadelphia comes to you from August 1st. That was last Sunday, and we're going to check out a talented field of conditioned pacers. This was their feature race on the card. It's going for a purse of $16,200. So in here, watch out for number one, Pyro, the 3 to 5 favorite who's been racing at Yonkers recently, and number one, JJ Flynn. He's stepping up in class, but he is coming off a sweet sub 150 win. Take it away, announcer Mike Bozich.
Pyro has the lead by a length. Now 3 parts up on the outside. JJ Flynn's trying to carve it to the margin. A Flame Hanover strong in the pocket. Third, 3/4, 122 and 2. Island of the Sea is burnt second over fourth. Towards the inside, Trulu is no place to go fifth. Top of the stretch, it's Pyro. Outside, JJ Flynn. A Flame Hanover awaits clearance. They straighten away. It's Pyro. A Flame Hanover free and driving up the inside. Outside, JJ Flynn still grinding mid-stretch. Pyro inside a Flame Hanover. JJ Flynn. Here comes Trulu now angling. JJ Flynn to the finish. JJ Flynn.
There was plenty of inside speed as the gate folded, and they were 3 wide going into that first turn. It wasn't until past the quarter and when a Flame Hanover cleared to the front, but it wasn't long until Pyro removed to the front, heading to the half. Meanwhile, JJ Flynn was watching from fourth, making the first over move up the backside, and he grinded away at the leader, just getting up in time to win in 150 and 1. Alan Davis was in the bike for Chuck Crispin. Trulu was second, and Pyro held third.
All right, we are pacing into the very next event here, and it is a field of side wheelers, very talented ones as well. The purse is $14,400. These guys are 5 years old and under. In this one, check out number 2. It's Red Power. It's your bettor's choice at 2 to 5. He's had 3 wins and a second out of his last 4 efforts. And number 1, Whole Lotta Lou, getting some support. He's in just his second start since mid-April, but he's coming off a win. The rest are double-digit odds.
Red Power looking to maintain this advantage. Boilermakers on the grind. 3/4, 122 and 3. 28 third for Red Power. Needs another quarter. Outside, Boilermaker continues to inch forward. Inside, Whole Lotta Lou is third. Hipposcat in town still with cover fourth. They straighten the lane for the stretch drive. Red Power by a length and a half. Outside, Boilermakers second up the inside. Whole Lotta Lou. Hulu's free and driving up the inside. Red Power's trying to stay on. Almost home. Down to the finish. It's Red Power. Red Power strong in victory.
Whole Lotta Lou left alertly out of the gate, as did Hulu. Red Power settled in third and moved second over when Whole Lotta Lou popped the pocket. He was 3 wide for a few steps past the quarter. He turned away a first over Game Horse and had plenty left in the tank to score in 150 and 4. Jim Marone Jr. was in the bike for Brian Malone. After a first over journey, Boilermaker was second and Whole Lotta Lou finished third.
All right, are we stopping the action? No, we are not. We've still got another race from Harrah's Philadelphia to cover. Again, this one going for a purse of $14,400. Again, some pacers, and again, these are 5-year-olds and under. So the horses getting the most play in this event are number 5, Bip Bop and Alley, who showed off with a nice closing kick home last time out, and number 8, Better Than the Beach, with the driving services of Alan Davis. who we just saw in the winner's circle earlier in the show.
Bip Bop Bonelli out by a length, better than the beach right there second. Captain of Rock and Roll is pinned third. Outside, Better Focus is fourth, trying to come on as they make their way towards three-quarters. Towards the inside with no place to go, Coalition Hanover. Out wide of that one, Thornbush Hanover. And Grand Cayman trails the field, but it is still Bip Bop Bonelli. 124 for three-quarters. 27-3 for the third. Bip Bop Bonelli has the lead. Better Than the Beach is right there second. Better Focus on the outside, still grinding away third. Now being driven, they straighten away for the stretch drive. Cutting the corner, Bip Bop Bonelli. Better Than the Beach is out for the drive. Inside, Bip Bop Bonelli. Better Than the Beach up to engage. Bip Bop Bonelli's trying to stay on, and she is down to the finish. Bip Bop Bonelli by a length and a half.
Better Than the Beach left aggressively from post 8 to clear to the front going into that first turn, but the lead was short-lived when Bip Bop Bonelli moved to the front just past the quarter. He was uncontested throughout the mile, and off of rated fractions, Bip Bop Bonelli added another tally to the win column, this time stopping the clock in 1:52. Yannick Gingras was aboard for Steve LeBlanc. Better Than the Beach was second, and finishing third was Coalition Hanover.
Okay, now we're going to take a little break from the action, all right? It is our first little hiatus of the show, but when we come back, we're going to talk to our amazing drivers about what it takes to be successful in the race bike. And we'll head to the Pocono for some pace-alicious action, including a trainer who hit a pretty awesome milestone. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Keys Electric comes through on the inside. Outside, dirt on my boots, still trying hard.
Get back to the feeling of Mohegan Sun Pocono.
Welcome back to PA Harness Week. I'm Heather, this is Jess, and we're not getting out our flashlights. No, right? We're getting out the spotlight. Sitting behind 1,000-pound animals going at speeds of over 30 miles per hour isn't everyone's cup of tea. But for those who love driving those trotters and pacers, and for those who are really great at it, there are definitely important qualifications for this job. Jess talks with some of our reinsmen about what they think it takes to be a great harness driver.
Rapunzel Blue Chip Betsy, Rapunzel Blue Chip Betsy.
Each and every time these drivers step on the racetrack, they put their lives on the line. While it is a rewarding job, it can also be dangerous. These drivers have to make decisions within a split second that can determine a totally different outcome. It is a job that takes intelligence, ambition, courage, and the will to win.
From far back, Abigail Dawn coming on inside, Better's Heart, and it's Delishka.
That's very dangerous. You know, we risk our lives every race, and, you know, I'm thankful that we got great drivers that are very smart out there.
What do you do for preparation?
I mean, you go out there with, you know, with a goal set, and then when the gate springs, you have to see there's other people in the race too, so you just have to kind of make a split-second choice.
But it's all a Flame Hanover down to the finish. A Flame Hanover sharp once again.
I think experience is the biggest part. You know, you obviously need to sit behind a lot of horses, and then after that, you know, you need the good horses to come along.
With being a catch driver, you spend a lot of time on the road, which means you're away from your family quite a bit. What keeps the ambition going to, you know, travel all over and race every day of the week?
Yeah, I try not to work every day of the week. It's definitely hard, extremely hard with a family. You know, but you know, I'm very fortunate. My family's very understanding, and you know, they understand why I'm going every weekend, and you know, they're my biggest supporters.
On the outside, Benji's Best is in gear and blows right by.
To me, I think the first thing is experience with horses. There's no better thing than just time in the seat. You know, you get to learn what they're going to do and how to make them go fast. You know, and then after that, you got to be light. You got to watch races, know races, but I think the main thing's experience.
You know, you got to really admire the guts of these guys. You know, now I've trained horses, but I've never actually gone behind a starting gate before, but Never say never. Maybe a spoiler alert, okay? Right now, though, we've got action to get to from the Poconos. It's time to head to the Downs at Mohegan Sun Pocono, and we've got a field of pacers here from Sunday, August 1st card. They are going behind the gate for this one. Number 6 is Let's Roll, the heavy to 1-5 favorite with George Napolitano driving. But watch out for number 5. He's electric. I'll just give away now. Okay, this horse is going to score a special milestone for his trainer. Let's send it up to Jim Baviglia for the call.
Let's Roll by a length and a half as Dirt on My Boots tries to reel him in. 3/4, 124-1, 28-1, third panel. Up front, the lead, a length here for Let's Roll. Dirt on My Boots still coming on. Good spot in the pocket. He's electric, and now off the pylons, Barrage Hanover showing pace. Top of the stretch, Let's Roll, hoping to fend them all off. George Knapp asking for more. He's electric, comes through on the inside. Outside, Dirt on My Boots still trying hard. He's electric, taking over late for Tyler Buter.
Barrage Hanover and He's Electric left the gate together, but it was He's Electric who cleared going around the first turn. The heavy 1-5 favorite Let's Roll brushed to the front with 1 lap to go, and he set the scene from there. Tyler Buter waited patiently for the passing lane, and He's Electric scooted up the rail, scoring in 1:51.3. Finishing second was Dirt on My Boots. Fading into third was Let's Roll. But going back to He's Electric, he is trained by Mark Ford, and that was a milestone win for him. Training win number 4,000. So a big congrats to Mark Ford and all of his connections.
Absolutely, and I want to say myself, wow, Mark, like, that's amazing. I love Mark. I think he's a great guy, so really, really happy for him. Now, we are staying at the Poconos, and we're going to go to Saturday, July 31st on their card. They actually had 2 big claiming handicaps going for $30,000 to $40,000. You know, get out your wallet, right? The first is $16,000 for these two. We'll start with the first one, and its number 1 is Stellar BB, getting the most support and has been ultra consistent, hitting the board lately. And number 6, Albergo Hanover, starts for the world's leading trainer Ron Burke with Matt Kakeli in the bike.
Stellar BB by a length and a quarter. 3/4 reached 122-1, 27-1. Third panel. Fractions are steep up front. It's Stellar BB. Albergo Hanover hoping to make a second move is right there. Babes Digby has been saving the ground, and now American Chrome into fourth. Top of the stretch, and it's Stellar BB dealing with Albergo Hanover coming out of the pocket to take a shot at him. Stellar BB still with something left. Albergo Hanover all out. Stellar BB, Albergo Hanover getting closer, but not close enough.
Stellar BB left enough to get away close to the action heading into that first turn, and they won a speedy first quarter of 26-2. Albergo Hanover strung out Stellar BB a bit, but it was able to clear in the far turn. George Napolitano Jr. rated the pace from there and had plenty left in the tank to fight off Albergo Hanover late in the stretch, making it 3 in a row, this time in 1:49.4 for trainer T-Wine. Albergo Hanover was second, and finishing third was Babes Dig Me.
All right, now, yeah, don't you love that name, by the way?
I do.
I love when we point out horses' names that are just so great. Yeah, I'll go with Bip Bop and Alley. We talked about that earlier. Love that name as well. Okay, now let's get back to the racing. The Downs at Mohegan Sun Pocono staying at Saturday, July 31st. As I mentioned before, there were 2 big handicapped pacing events. The horses with price tags of $30,000 to $40,000. The purses for these are $16,000. Now, this was the second one on the card. It's number 5 is a Benson Boys, who took a victory and a lifetime mark last time out. Number 7, Benji's Best, who's been racking up wins and climbing up the ladder.
Benson Boys by a half length. Classy Hill aggressively first over and is now just a head away for Panigliano. Meanwhile, in the pocket, Sports Team is 2 back, second over Benji's Best. He's 2.5 away in striking position. Also outside, Warren Munn is 5th, boxed in 6th, Regal Sun, then Walter Mitty and the trailer Rock the Night. It's Benson Boys by a half length. 3/4, 123-2, 27-1 on the back. Benson Boys on top. Classy Hill couldn't get past, so now takes the pocket. Outside, Benji's Best is 3rd, but he's 3.5 away. And Sports Team at the pylons 4th. Top of the stretch, Benson Boys has opened the lead up to 5 lengths. Benji's Best likes to close, but that that's a lot to make up here, especially because Benson boys still going along quite well.
6 of the 8 left in here as the gate folded, but it was Benson boys who made the front going around the first turn. Classy Hill came first over as the field was on their way to the half, and he continued that first over grind until he faded in the last turn. As Jim said, Benson boys was stellar on the front end with Anthony Napolitano winning in 1:50.3 for Darren Tanninghill. Benji's Best had late pace to finish second, and Regal's Son finished third.
Alrighty, it is time to take another break, but on the other side, we head to the Meadows for the prestigious Adios Stake and the story of rare twin standardbreds. Wait, what? Yep, it's coming at you when we come back.
The world is full of compromises, but not here. Not on this day, not in this race, not in this sport. Every bet is a hope. Return on investment comes in seconds. This is harness racing. We welcome you to the Harness Racing Fan Zone. See it all for yourself. Feel it in all the passion. Share that experience with others. The Harness Racing Fan Zone puts you in the driver's seat.
Welcome back to PA Harness Week. Now, last Saturday at the Meadows Racetrack, there was one of the most prestigious races in harness racing that went behind the gate, the $375,000 Adios. All right, we're going to see a little of the race, and to get into it, let me just tell you about the 3 elimination winners to keep your eye on. Number 3, a Buckabed Hanover. Number 4, a Water Sports Teen. And number 5, Hullabaloo. Let's send it up to Jeff Zidek for the call.
Water Sports Teen is by that marker in 1:21.1. Around the final turn in the Adios. On the outside, a Buckabed Hanover is second. Hullabaloo bides his time on the inside third. Here comes Luz Perlman on the outside, racing on the inside. Needing room is Rocky Road Hanover, top of the stretch, and they're on their way home in the Adios. Water Sports Team put to the test. Hullabaloo on the inside. On the outside, a Buckabed Hanover, but it's Hullabaloo. Tim Tetrick to get the Adios. Hullabaloo!
Water Sports Team did exactly what he did in the elimination in the final, cutting the mile, and it was Hullabaloo who benefited from that perfect pocket trip to score in 1:48.4, giving the connections of Tim Tetrick and Eddie Dennis their first Adios. Rocky Road Hanover weaved through traffic to finish second. Water Sports Team faded to third. And Heather, you had a chance to catch up with Hall of Famer Timmy T after his drive in the Adios.
Timmy, you've had over 12,300 victories, over $233 million in purses earned, and this is your first Adios. How does it feel?
It's huge. You know, it's one of those marquee races that you want to get to win, and luckily enough, I finally got it done off my bucket list.
All right, so going into the race, is it exactly how you planned?
Well, I had 10 things going through my head which way it was going to go, but you know, that was a perfect trip, and it did go the best it could go, and with the outcome that ended the way it was perfect.
Thanks so much, Timmy. And speaking of big races, today is the $1 million Hamiltonian at the Meadowlands for 3-year-old trotters. Now, getting into today's big event, there is actually 2 eliminations. So, Jess, you got the 4-1-1 on that, right?
Yes, with both eliminations going for $50,000. Top 5 finishers were advancing on to the final that takes place today. So without further ado, we'll get right into those. The first elimination was won by Delayed Hanover, who fanned off the rail to stop the clock in 1:51, drawing away from the field. He was driven in the elimination by Dexter Dunn and is trained by Aki Svanstedt. The second elimination was taken by Captain Corey as he worked his way to the front from Post Heaven and took no prisoners on the front end. He scooted away from the field to win in 1:51.2. The son of Goo Goo Gaga was trained and driven that day by Aki Svanstedt.
Okay, now Jess and I will both be there. I know that probably goes without saying, but if you cannot make it to the Meadowlands, it's okay. You can go to the Downs at Mohegan Sun Pocono, Paris, Philadelphia, and check it out via simulcast. The first post time is noon. It is an incredible, that's an understatement, incredible day of racing. $3 million in purses on this day. The Hamiltonian itself goes off around 6 o'clock.
And we have various other ways you can watch the whole day of racing as well. You can go to the Meadowlands Facebook page, the Meadowlands YouTube page. It will be streamed live all day long. FS2 will have sprinkled information throughout the day, and we have a live CBS show from 5:30 to 6:30 where you can catch all that action as well. And if you want to join in on the conversation all day long on all of the social media platforms, make sure you use that hashtag Hambo21.
Jess and I have 3 letters for you.
OMG.
And another 5.
ICYMI.
That stands for, of course, in case you missed it. All right, so back in June, something very rare happened in the harness racing sport. Twin standardbreds competed on the same card. Do you want to know more? Yeah, I was hoping they'd say that. Recently, at the Macon County Fair in Illinois, equine twins made their career debuts in back-to-back races. Jamaica Patton is the trainer-driver of both Roland Jill Sage and Rockin' Jack Sage. They are Illinois-bred horses who were sired by World of Rock and Roll out of the mare D Tumbleweed and are owned by Ron and Dolores Phillips. Approximately 1 in 250 mares conceives twins, and 1 in 10,000 delivers live foals. But for standardbred twins to survive to maturity and to be entered to make their first career start on the same program is totally unusual.
They were born over at Walker Standardbred over at Sherman out of one of our mares, and they called and said she had twins, which we were really surprised. They were small. I understand that they even had to milk the mare and feed the little babies because they couldn't reach the nipples to start with. They were something. They were just small, and she had to work with them for some time with the little filly. And we put them in training, and they've got a lot of desire, both of them. We've just enjoyed it. We're going to enjoy watching the twins race today. They didn't get a good draw. One of them's got the 5-hole, one of them's got the 7-hole, but they're eager, and we'll see what happens.
Jill finished 3rd in her career debut in the filly division, while Jack was a runner-up in the bracket for colts and geldings. The duo became only the 40th pair of twins in the last 50 years to make it to the races in the standardbred world. Wishing the best of luck to these rare harness racing twins during their careers. In case you're wondering, Rockin' Jack Sage and Roland Jill Sage are still competing. Jack has actually hit the board in 11 of 12 starts, and Jill has hit the board in 3 out of her 4. It is trivia time, and I love me some trivia, right? But I'm not a walking encyclopedia, and Jess has stumped me a couple times. But you know what? I'm ready this week. What you got, Jess?
I hope you are ready this week. You know, when you have a 3-year-old male trotter, you aim for the Hambletonian, but you know, it takes a special kind of filly to not only compete against them, but take on the boys in this prestigious event and win it. So my question for you guys this week is, how many fillies have won the Hambletonian?
I think I know it. I need a little bit of time to, you know, move my noggin around a little bit, which is good because actually we are taking a break right now. When we come back, we will have that answer for you and me. Plus, we have got a blast from the past that is so exciting you won't want to miss. We'll be back in a flash. Don't go away.
Get back to the feeling of Mohegan Sun Pocono.
Welcome back to PA Harness Week, your place for incredible racing and for the best trivia questions around, in my opinion. Okay, before the break, Jess had a question. Let's see if you guys got the answer.
My question for you guys this week was, how many fillies have won the Hambletonian? Well, it's 15, with the most recent one being last year in 2020, which was won by Ramona Hill.
On the coattails of talking about fabulous trotting fillies, here's our blast from the past. It's a 1996 Hambletonian. Now, the winner of this race is one of those 15 fabulous fillies who won the Hambo, and this one also went on to become Horse of the Year.
3/16 to go, and they're on their way home. It's Continental Victory with the lead. Lindy Lane attacks on the outside. Then it's another two-back to Running Sea. But it's a dramatic two-horse battle. Continental Victory, the filly on the inside, full of chance. On the outside, Lindy Lane and O'Donnell as they hit the wire. Continental Victory has done it.
I love these blasts from the past, Heather, because, you know, some of us weren't around when this race was going on, and what an incredible trotting mare Continental Victory was. She led every step of the way. Continental Victory and Lindy Lane battled it right to the wire. Was driven by Mike LaChance and was trained by the late Ron Gerfine, and that, like you mentioned earlier, she went on to be Horse of the Year.
When we are talking about don't miss this occasions, all right, what I'm about to say is an understatement, because on August 21st, 2 weeks from today, at the Downs at Mohegan Sun Pocono, we have got Sun Stakes Saturday, and just a few really big races on the card.
Yeah, we do. We have a nice card and a nice undercard as well. You have the Earl Beard Jr. Memorial, the Max Hemp Memorial, the James Lynch Memorial, and the Delmonico, with a tremendous undercard, including an invitational for pacers and trotters.
Okay, now, again, just a couple weeks away. And we still want you getting out to the track before then, all right? That's why we want to give you the details on when you can come to the Downs at Mohegan Sun Pocono and Harris, Philadelphia, to watch our trotters and pacers live and in person. First, we'll start with the Downs at Mohegan Sun Pocono. Their live racing schedule is Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, with a post time of 12:30 p.m. Sunday's post time is 5 p.m. At Harris, Philadelphia, the live racing is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, post time 12:25 p.m. The Sunday post time's 12:40 p.m.
And as always, we love when you can make it out to the track, but we understand if you can't, so we want to make sure you know where to place your wagers online. For Harris, Philadelphia, the site is pabets.tvg.com, and for the Downs at Mohegan Sun Pocono, it's ibetmohegan.com, and we offer free program pages, and those can be found at phha.org, right at the top of the homepage. You can't miss it.
So what's trending? We would like to think that we are, all right? Our season has been on fire and viral. But if you guys want to be part of the action online, how do they find out where to go?
We love when you guys interact with us and join in on all of the contests we have. So make sure you find us on Twitter and Facebook. Twitter is at PA Harness Week. Facebook is at Harness Week. And don't forget, if you miss our episodes or want to just watch more of them, you can find us on YouTube as well at PA Harness Week as well.
Yeah, I want to mention that on YouTube, you can watch us 24/7, okay? Just saying. All right, now with the contests you mentioned, right here, special PA Harness Week Sunnies, all right? Every Monday there's a new contest, so go on our pages and find out how you can win a pair. I don't have mine today. I let somebody borrow them and they won't give them back. So anyway, that's all right. I'll get another pair because I got connections, all right? Guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us for the past half hour. We love you. We'll see you next week. For myself, Heather Vitale, Jess Otten. See you next Saturday.